Hey everyone, welcome back to part 3 of my in-depth review of the new Space Wolves Codex. As always, my name is Jay, and today I'll be going over the Elite slots, which is a lot of fun. So there are a few choices. There's several, actually there's like 9 entries for the Elite slots for the Space Wolves Codex, and yeah, I'll start with the Iron Priest, which is equivalent to a Tech Marine, basically. It's basically, yeah, equivalent to a Tech Marine in all of them, but he has Cyber Wolves. He has Runic Armor, which is pretty sweet. So that's like Terminator Armor with a 6+ invul instead of a 5. Bolt Gun, Servo Arm, Thunder Hammer, Frag Grenades, Crack Grenades, Acute Senses, They Shall Know No Fear, Counterattack, Independent Character. He's also a Battlesmith. In each of the shooting phases, instead of firing his weapons, an Iron Priest can choose to repair a single friendly vehicle that he's in base contact with or embarked upon. To repair a vehicle, roll a d6, add +1 for each servitor with a servo arm in his unit. If the result is 5 or more, you may either restore a hull point, either lost earlier in the battle, or repair a weapon destroyed or immobilized result, effective immediately. So that's 55 points. Great choice. If you are running a bunch of vehicles, a Tech Marine equivalent Iron Priest would be the way to go. You can also give him Cyber Wolves for 15 points a model, and you can take a Thunder Wolf mount for 50 points a model. So great stuff there. I think he'd definitely be handy. When combined with a bunch of heavy, if you were running, as I said, a bunch of vehicles, he's going to be the way to go. Next we have Servitors. Of course, as I mentioned, you want Servitors in your squad. They're 10 points apiece. They have a servo arm. Mindlock, unless it is also contains an Iron Priest, an unengaged unit that contains at least one model with this special rule, must roll a d6 at the start of a turn. On a 4+, this special rule has no effect on them. On a 1 or 2 or 3, the unit is mindlocked until the start of the following turn. Any mindlocked unit may not voluntarily move, shoot, or charge, but must still complete compulsory moves such as pile-in and fallback moves. Thralls. If servitors are included in a detachment that includes at least one Iron Priest, the servitors do not use a force organization chart. And they can give a heavy bolter, multi-melta, plasma cannon. You can take up to 4 servitors more, 10 points each. And you want the servitors in your squad, so I'd recommend, if you do take an Iron Priest, probably 2 or 3. If you take 3 or 4 servitors, you know, that's great. The odds are you'll be fixing your vehicles very quickly, very easily, and that's what you want, right? You want to get into basement base, fix it, and then get into safety. Up next, we have Wolf Scouts. Now, I was surprised with this codex. I honestly felt that the Wolf Scouts were going to be brought into the Troops Choice section, because that's what kind of happened with the other Space Marine Codex. Let me double check. But Scouts are troops for Space Marines, right? Yeah, Scouts. So I was kind of surprised that they weren't included in the troop section of the Codex. That being said, Scouts are still a good elite slot choice. Scouts, as I said, I figured that they were going to be moved. Scouts used to be 15 points a model. Now they've been reduced to 14 points a model. So slight decrease. Not bad. And yeah, so 70 points for a squad of 5. Includes a Wolf Scout, or 4 Wolf Scouts, and you can upgrade 1 to a Wolf Pack Leader, which has a better leadership. Obviously, he's a sergeant, and an extra attack. They have Scout Armor, Power Armor for the Wolf Guard Pack Leader only. And they have Bolt Guns, Bolt Pistols, Frag Grenades, Crack Grenades. They Shall Know No Fear, Acute Senses, Counterattack, Infiltrate, and Move Through Cover, and Scout. Cool stuff. And you can give them Sniper Rifles for a point a model. So if you want them with Sniper Rifles, they are back to their old 15 points each. They take a Shotgun or Close Combat Weapon for free. And up to 2 of Scouts may replace their Bolt Guns with a Plasma Pistol or a Power Weapon. And you have a bunch of access to other things too. So a great option there. Up next, for 20 points, we have the Lone Wolf. Lone Wolves stayed the same at 20 points, but they changed slightly, because I'm pretty sure I remember, like, Lone Wolves used to give a bonus if you didn't kill them. If you didn't kill them, you got a point, or your opponent lost a point, and if you did kill them, you lost a point or something like that, or your opponent gained a point. Something with points in Lone Wolves. That's no longer the case. But they're 20 points each. They have a weapon skill 5 and 2 wounds. Leadership 8. That's their interesting part of their stat line. They have Power Armor, Bolt Pistol, Chainsword, Frag Grenades, Crack Grenades, Acute Senses, Counterattack, Eternal Warrior, and Feel No Pain, and Fearless, and Monster Hunter. So they are nasty. And you can take one lone wolf for each troop choice or unit of Wolf Guard or Wolf Guard Terminators in your army. So if you bring 4 troop choices, you can take 4 lone wolves, and they don't take up slots. This selection does not take up a force organization slot. That's pretty awesome. And Glorious Death lone wolf units are never scoring, so you can just basically send them at your opponent. And lone wolf units cannot be joined by units with the independent character special rule. You can upgrade them. You can give them Fenrisian wolves for 8 points each. They take melta bombs, and they can take Terminator armor for 30 points. So for 50 points, you have a lone wolf Terminator. Another great selection. But the next 2 are actually what I'm thinking, highly recommending people take for elite sections: the Dreadnought and the Murder Fang. So the Dreadnought is only 95 points now. It went down greatly. It went from 105 to 95, so it's now under 100 points. To take a Dreadnought, that's pretty awesome. And it comes with a multi-melta, a Power Fist with built-in Storm Bolter, and a Searchlight. You could upgrade to Venerable for 25 points. So for 120 points, you get a Venerable Dreadnought. That's amazing. Venerable Dreads used to be 165 points. Now they're 120 points. Great, great option. Obviously, they just released new kits for them, so you'd assume they're going to be good, but still, great stuff. They have some options like extra armor, smoke launchers, a missile launcher, twin-linked autocannon. They can take options from the Dreadnought weapons list. And if you upgrade it to a Venerable Dreadnought, you can replace the multi-melta Power Fist with a built-in Storm Bolter with a Fenrisian Great Axe and Blizzard Shield. That's amazing. For 25 points, so an additional 25 points, but that's awesome. The Fenrisian Great Axe is Strength times 2, AP2 melee mastercrafted, so great. But what's awesome is the shield. The Blizzard Shield is, number 1, it is Strength User AP2 melee shield, so you can use it as a weapon, I'm guessing. And it also confers a 3+ invulnerable save against all hits that strike the Dreadnought's front-facing armor. A 3+ invulnerable save on a Venerable Dreadnought for 130 points? Or no, 130, 145 points. Amazing. That is, to me, in competitive lists, that might be an auto-include. A really nasty Dreadnought, and obviously if anything bad happens to him, you could have your other elite slot could be the Iron Priest to fix it. So that's awesome. Up next is the Murder Fang. 135 points, so it's a little bit more expensive than the Venerable Dreadnought base, but I think the Venerable Dreadnought with the shield and axe is going to be amazing. Is the Murder Fang. It has a better weapon skill than a Dreadnought, but equivalent to the Venerable Dreadnought. Ballistic Skill 3, which is really low. Strength 6, Front Armor 12, Side 12, 10, Initiative 4, and it has Furious Charge, It Will Not Die, Rage, and Rampage, and has Murder Lust with the Murder Fang. Murder Fang ignores the effects of crew shaken or stunned. Cool. And it also has Murder Claws. Apparently the release says murder. I'm aboard the murder train. Each Murder Claw is a melee weapon with the following profile. And each one is Strength 7, AP2, melee, Mastercrafted Shred, Specialist weapon. So they're pretty nasty in close combat. But once again, I think that the other... That's a great option too. A Murder Fang is great. A Dreadnought, a Venerable Dreadnought with the Axe and Shield is also a really good option. Up next, we have the standard Wolf Guard. Now, Wolf Guard are great. You know, they 90 points. And Wolf Guard used to be 90 points as well, so they didn't change in cost. They're the same as always, and they're actually the same as they were before, basically. You get a Power Armor, Bolt Pistol, Chain Swords, Frag Grenades, Crack Grenades, Acute Senses, they should know no fear, Counterattack. And they have the same access. They can take a Rhino, a Razorback, or a Drop Pod, Stormwolf Land Raider Crusader, or Land Raider Redeemer as a dedicated transport. So they're pretty standard. If you liked Wolf Guard before, they're basically the equivalent now. Same points, same everything. You know, they're great, just elite unit. But I really do feel that the Dreadnoughts are going to be really good. And next, Terminators, 33 points each, 99 points for 3. You get 99 points, you get 2 Wolfguard Terminators and a leader. They're standard Terminators. They have Terminator armor, Storm Bolter, power weapon, acute senses, they shall know for your counterattack. And they can take a Stormwolf, Land Raider Crusader, or Land Raider Redeemer as a dedicated transport. I'm pretty sure these guys can now deep strike. And they have the same access to weapons they did before. You take 2 Wolf Claws, Thunder Hammer, Storm Shield, you know. You can include up to 7 additional Wolfguard Terminators for 33 points each. Again, a great choice. If you like Terminators, great choice. Not bad at all. Lately, a lot of things have been dealing with Terminators, and once again, they're not scoring. Well, they're not troops. I mean, they can always score. So they're a great choice, solid as they were before. Speaking of elites, Arjak Rockfist. So Arjak used to be 170 points, and he's gone down greatly to a 115. Again, a great price for Arjak Rockfist. And Arjak is interesting. He's interesting. Number one, he comes in Terminator armor. And he's Leadership 9. He has Terminator armor, the acute senses, they shall know no fear, counterattack, independent character, stubborn. He has the Anvil Fenris, which, if he's included in a detachment that includes at least 1 unit of either Wolfguard or Wolfguard Terminators, he does not take up a slot of the Force Organization chart. Grimnar's Champion, Arjak Rockfist must issue or accept challenges whenever possible. In addition, he rerolls all failed to hit rolls when taking a challenge. That's always great. And his Anvil Shield, which is a 3+ invulnerable save, and Eternal Warrior and Hammer of Wrath. So for 115 points, you get Arjak Rockfist, who has a shield with a 3+ invul, good, Hammer of Wrath, and Eternal Warrior. So he has 2 wounds, so that'll keep him alive. And Foe Hammer, he can obviously throw it, or using close combat, he can throw it 6 inches, strength times 2, assault 1, concussive, or strength times 2, melee, concussive, unwieldy, in close combat. So, if you like taking Wolfguard Terminators, take Arjak. He's good. He doesn't take a Force Organization chart. A lot of people don't take Force Organization charts in this codex, so it's pretty cool. Up next, Swift Claws, which don't make sense to me, but they're the Space Wolves on bikes. Oh, sorry, and they're fast. So we'll talk about them in future videos. I went too ahead of myself. So that's it. So thank you so much. So just to sum up my elite slots summation, Wolf Scouts. If you like, basically nothing really changed for the units that were already in there. Like Wolf Scouts are still Wolf Scouts, Terminators are still Terminators, and Wolfguard are still Wolfguard. If you liked them before, they're just as viable now, just as good now, in my opinion. The new things in this codex are the Iron Priest, which is the equivalent of a Tech Marine. If you're running a Dreadnought, I definitely recommend taking an Iron Priest with several servitors to help increase the chances of fixing that problem with the vehicle. Lone Wolves got slightly changed. They no longer do any like penalty or not. I don't remember. Maybe I'm wrong with thinking about Lone Wolves, but I think that's them. The Lone Wolves are a great option. They don't take up a Force Organization chart if you take in troops. If you take troops, they can take them for free. Basically, no Force Organization chart, but they're 20 points each, or 50 points for a Terminator Lone Wolf. They're great. They can run around the board, contesting things, killing things, and it'd be great. Dreadnought and Murderfang to me are the all-stars of the elite section. They're amazing points cost for 100, and 45 points you get a 3+ invuled Venerable Dreadnought with an axe. That's pretty amazing, and especially when combined with the Tech Marine guy, it's good. Murderfang with the murder lust and the murder things and the murder, also good. You may want to give them a drop pod so that you can, for drop pod, that way you can get them to where you need them to be, and then they can just start murdering the murder. And Arjak Rockfist, huge point drop. If you're taking Wolfguard, take Arjak Rockfist. He is insane in the membrane, insane in the brain. So that concludes my part 3 of my in-depth review of the new Space Wolf Codex. Stay tuned for next part where I will be going over the troops choices. There's not that many of them, so it'll be a quick video. Maybe I'll go into the fast attack as well, but leave a comment in the comment section down below of what you feel about my thoughts and what are your thoughts, anything I missed, anything you want to add to the conversation. Please like the video, comment in the comment section down below, and subscribe to my channel if you haven't done so. It really does help a lot. Stay tuned for the next part. I'm going to go into this codex in great detail. Until next time, this is Jay saying, happy painting.